Hey, good morning everybody. It's Brittany at Big Cat Rescue here in Tampa, Florida. This is Kimba. Oh, good morning, sir. You gonna show me big boy pants or you gonna be nice? He thought about it. Good morning everybody. We are just getting started. You can hear Nikita roaring in the background. So this is Kimba Tiger. He is currently in our 2.5 acre vacation rotation. So he was just in the roof section where he'll have breakfast. But he's had enough of me because I didn't bring the breakfast. So he's gonna wander out there in the middle so that I can't see him. Kimba! It has been raining off and on all morning, so I'm hoping we can get a little live in and hopefully all the cats can eat not in the rain this morning. Hey Deb, hey Noor. Hi Cassie, hi Kathy. Yeah, Kimba's like, no thanks. It's so funny. He's got, I would say out of all the cats when they go on vacation, he is definitely the one that changes his personality the most. When he's in his home enclosure, which granted, it's quite large. It doesn't appear that way because it's a lot of weaving in and out of different sections. Whereas out here, he has this huge 2.5 acre, like wide open space. He is going as far away as possible. But out here, he roars at everyone. It doesn't matter who you are. He'll roar at you. He'll charge at you. When he's in his home enclosure, he selectively does that to people. So anyway, you can watch him and his antics live 24/7. We have Explore cameras. You can see a camera right over there by his feeding lockout. So when he does come up here to eat, he will be on that camera, which is bigcatcams.com. He was like, lady, which is so funny because he comes running for me in the afternoons because I do operant with him. So I kind of love that he's just like, nope, I've got so much space. I don't have to be anywhere near you. I kind of love that for him. So here's Miss Aria. I was sad to see, apparently Aria has reopened one of her side wounds. Hi, honey. Looks like it must be the other side. Hi, baby. Of course, that side's a little red too. So, Miss Aria here, you know that she was recently introduced to you guys. She had been here since last September. We're probably getting really close to your anniversary, or we might have passed it. It's not written on my sheet yet. So Miss Aria was confiscated from a private owner in Ohio because she was very, very injured. She had 2 huge wide open wounds on her back hips. You can see this scarring on this side. It's a little red. So we've had to put her back on a medication to help keep any kind of infection from occurring. Where are you going, honey? I know, I'm following. Let me see the other side. Can I see the other side? Yeah, let's see if it's this side. Oh no, it was that side. Okay, well then that's not bad at all. So you can just see that it's a little red. If I can get so there's some pink that's showing back up. So, and she was messing with it a little bit. So she is now back on a nice heavy duty medication that'll help that heal and keep any kind of infection from starting again. You know that she had been through a lot of neglect and abuse in her over a decade of a life, and when she came here we weren't even sure if we were going to be able to save her or not, and she's been through multiple surgeries and was finally able to come outside to a real enclosure instead of our hospital enclosure. I know. And she can swim and stuff now, but we've always got to keep a really close eye on that. You're so good, but I can't see you very well here, and I can't really get any closer because that is too small of a space for me to stand in that close to an apex predator, so we'll stay right over here. It's all right. She has cute little ear tufts. Not sure if that's from frostbite from like winters in Ohio, or if she was with other animals that kind of chewed off her ears, but she has much smaller, like half ears, like teddy bear ears, compared to what she should. Hi, honey. One more good chuff for everyone? Yeah, that's very nice. Good job. Sick, I'll lay here. Oh, I know, honey. She's closed into this section so they can fix a door in her other section. I know. She's like, but you didn't bring breakfast. So it's funny, Kathy, that you mentioned a cone of shame for Aria. We actually did do that, and it lasted 0.2 seconds. I think it was her second emergency surgery here for her hips that they did put. It was basically like a giant bucket. And as soon as she started to wake up in the transport cage, she tore it right off. So that did not last long at all. I believe Jamie removed Angel's cone yesterday because I think she's dopey enough on all of her medications after her surgery to not mess with her leg. But it was getting like really disgusting with like the food and the medication and the cat litter and things like that. So we didn't want her to sit in that and have that touching her leg. So Jamie removed that cone yesterday. Angel does have a Nest camera you guys can watch. Angel is the rehab Bobcat that came in Monday with a broken leg, and Dr. Justin did surgery on her that afternoon. There's a Sapphire under her platform. She's like, I don't know if it's gonna keep raining or not. It was like, I live like 45 minutes away, and so it was not raining. It was actually really pretty sunrise at home, and then I start heading over the bridge, and there's like pockets of heavy downpours, and then when I got here it was raining, and then it stopped, so. Thank you, Shauna, for the donation. Yeah, I'm actually gonna head over to Nikita and see what all the fuss is about. She has roared like 3 or 4 times already this morning. Welcome anybody who's brand new. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you, May, for the donation. We did try to see Kimba. Kimba was definitely playing hard to get. He wanted to roar at me, but he didn't. Hi, lady. There's Miss Kali. Are you just waiting on breakfast? Yeah, she's like, it goes over here. She's trying to walk me to her feeding lockout. Oh, she should have maybe already had breakfast, because here's Marie. Morning! Are you going to Nikita? Yeah. All right, we're going to follow, because we've been hearing her roar all morning. She is. She's like, hurry up, ladies. Cyrus is over there. So you guys might know Robin. Robin Fry is here. She is a level 1 intern, and she is riding along with Marie. Marie is a master keeper that does all of those exclusive supporter videos. So Robin's gonna watch Nikki have breakfast, and we're gonna watch too. Well, where is she? All that yelling and she's not even over here. Thank you, Evelyn.
Wondering because she was calling and calling and calling. She got mad.
She gave up.
She gave up. I'd be very surprised. She does not give up on her team.
No, she doesn't. Oh, I'll stay out here. Yeah, I don't want her to feel threatened. 3 people. Yeah. 3 people standing around. Marie said it's for real this time. So Nikita is on gabapentin, which is a pain management for her arthritis and her old age. So she's already gotten treats this morning from the meds person, which was Marie. She might have been upset that she didn't get a whole lot. She moves very slow these days. She is a very old lady. 19 years old. If you times that by 6, that's what she'd be in human years. Oh, there she is. And she was declawed as a young cub, so she's had a lifetime of not having her nails and not having the tips of her toes to walk on. Is that wind or rain? I think it's wind. My goodness, lady.
Yeah, I'm still there because I had to do the same thing this morning for her med.
Oh,
So she's now a
2
little-
long walks, yeah.
Poor baby.
Tiny buns. Yeah.
Make sure.
Just moving slow. Hi. Whoa. You better come over here. Kind of shows you how large her enclosure really is, that Marie totally disappeared out of sight to go get her. Whoa. Everyone wants to know how your internship's going, Robin.
Very difficult, but I love it.
Yes, good. Good. It's a lot of work. She said it's very difficult, but she's loving it.
You can lay down now. Relax.
It was worth the walk, yeah. Get cozy, lady. Yeah, you can tell she wants to lay down. She's just not. So this is the most important time of the day for all of the keepers to get their eyes on the cats, because these big cats sleep for like 20 hours a day. Oh, she lost a piece. Oh no.
That's why I'm not leaving.
Yeah, exactly. She's such a big cat. She sometimes her whole head will push food back out, so Marie can grab that and then offer it back to her. I gotta get that last piece. Yeah. She's coming. Why don't you get your drink of water while you wait? Thank you to everybody who's answering questions. She was found, yes, in Tennessee, chained to a wall in a basement during a drug raid. Thank you, Lisa, for the donation. And at that time, she had already been declawed. Probably the only reason the authorities wouldn't have had to shoot her is because she was chained up. They did try to introduce her to a pride at the Tennessee Zoo. Very. But because of her being declawed, I'm pretty sure being part of a pride felt very threatening to her because she lost, you know, her line of defense with nails. So I'm just going to back away because I don't want her to show any aggression to Marie. Marie will retrieve that piece that fell out and then offer it to her. Thank you, Laura, for the donation. What is happening? Is it rain or is it wind?
It's wind.
Okay. Gotta get every last piece. There we go. Yay. Oh! Can't let it get away a second time. All right. Nope. All right. Well, have fun. Yes. Yeah. She never lets me get it on camera, but I'll always hear it. She looked over at the cart like, is there more? All right, we'll let them finish their feeding route. Thank you guys so much for all the donations, and it's awesome. You all must be sharing this because we have over 1,600 people watching. see. I'm trying to think of who we just really haven't seen yet this week. I don't want to disturb anyone that's already being fed, so let's go. If we go to the front of the sanctuary, then we'll likely see cats that have already been fed. Catch them before they nap. So again, anyone who's brand new, this is Brittany at Big Cat Rescue. We're located in Tampa, Florida. We are on 67 acres. We have about 50 permanent residents. All of them have stories similar to Nikita, where they were either confiscated, abandoned, abused, neglected, retired from performing acts, retired from, the illegal pet trade breeding. There's a story for each and every one of them. All of those stories are on our website. If you go to bigcatrescue.org/catbio. I was gonna see if we could get a glimpse of Priya. I see Duchess over there harassing at the line there. I did show Manny this week in a really funny moment where I caught him sneaking on me, and then he froze, and then he was really mad that I caught him. Well, I don't see Priya. She's out in the middle of there somewhere. This is Priya's enclosure. If you're curious about any of our enclosures or how they are designed and why we do what we do, I have been making a whole series of home tours. Here's our food prep building with our food freezers and the prep building. We've got 2 hospitals over there, a recovery hospital and our main Windsong Memorial Hospital. We have an amazing vet team, which is why we've got so many cats that can live up into their 20s. And I'm driving, so I'm really not looking at my screen. I only see Duchess, and she is not in a good place for us to see her. So we're just gonna keep rolling here. If you guys missed yesterday's, there was a very rare and interesting moment where Perfection was calling. Thank you, Tammy, for the donation. Perfection is an Ocelot, and I've only ever heard her do that maybe 2 other times in my 5 years of being out here, so that was pretty remarkable. Let's see if we can get a Shiloh or Philmo. Oh, and there's a Pharaoh. Let's see. Go see Shiloh Bobcat. He is fully recovered from whatever the ouchie was on his foot a couple weeks ago. You can see with 50 cats, there is just an abundance, of observations and issues we might encounter. This is Shiloh. A few weeks ago, he had like a perfectly round puncture on his foot, and we were able to just cage rest him and some medication to prevent any kind of infection, and he is just good to go. Where are you gonna go to hang out? Hi. Go roll around in your grass? Oh my goodness. Shiloh! Shiloh quickly became everyone's favorite bobcat. He is just such a spunky, silly, yet aggressive and unpredictable bobcat, which is what we love. He makes every kind of bobcat sound. You're so cute. So darn cute. The trickery. He's like, look how cute I am, and then he could bite your face off. Look at those teeth. Hi. So handsome. I think Shiloh is pretty much tied with Max Bobcat now as being they're pretty similar size. I think when he arrived he was a couple pounds heavier than Max, but he was overweight. And he, during his x-rays from his intake, we noticed that he's got a little bit of a knee issue and some arthritis forming already. So we wanted to get that weight off of him so it didn't cause problems later on for him. You can see he's still got the agility. He has a ramp right there, but he doesn't use it. You're so silly. Every cat that's ever been in this enclosure always loves... Oh, there's a Moses climbing his ramp in the background. Moses is another bobcat. He lives over there with Bailey. We actually did see them recently. Hi! So cute. But every cat that's lived in this enclosure since I've been here really loves this den to lay up on top of it. So cute. Is there a Philmo? Yep, there's a Philmo climbing his tree. Philmo's a bobcat that came in at the same time as Shiloh. They both came from the failed facility in California. Closed down after something crazy, like over 40 some years, I think. And he just climbed the opposite side of his tree. Philmo, what are you doing, you wild man? Oh, that's very scary. That was very scary for me. You're not supposed to climb that side. That was impressive. Oof. Oof. You are so fierce. So fierce. So fierce. Look at that face. Oh my God. You're so fierce. I love you even though you really just can't stand my presence. Guess there had to be one bobcat. Oh, he makes me so crazy. And if you follow us and know much about Philmo, you know that when Philmo arrived, we had an intake exam for him as well. And he either at some point possibly broke his back, or it was malnutrition from being raised in captivity, something really developmentally wrong with his back and with his spine. I don't think I'll ever forget looking at his x-rays and just being like completely shocked at how crooked his back is. Yet you see him still climbing and doing all that fancy footwork of his. Hi, Loki. Hi, cute boy. I know you're not trusting people right now. Loki has some mats growing on his neck area and he will not let us catch him. They've been trying. Oh, anyone asking about Poppy? Yes, he is currently closed out of the small sections and he will be for a little while, but there are still cameras in the big section. Lokesters! Loki's one of our most elusive and shy cats. I think the hopes was getting him into like a squeeze cage or a hospital cage so that we'd be able to try to groom him without actually sedating him. But so far he hasn't allowed it, so. Yeah, I think between Philmo and Kricket's x-rays, completely shocked. Loki. Oh, actually, I see that they have Loki closed into this section. So my guess is they are going to get him into a squeeze cage soon. Just for grooming. Just for grooming. It'll be okay, Bubba. You're so cute. We have several Savannah Cats here. Savannah Cats are when people want an exotic looking cat, but the demeanor of a house cat. And many cats die creating those because, of course, the wild cats are going to kill the domestic cats. Here's Frankie. And people pay a ton of money for them, so this gross industry still exists, but many of those cats do not tolerate being in houses or making good pets at all. So they end up in sanctuaries where they can at least live outdoors and be partially their wild selves. Hi, cute boy. Oh, thanks for that. I appreciate it. You know, the other bobcats that do that don't actually spray me. You're the only one. You're the only one. I'm glad he just doesn't have as good of aim as he could. So that was like right on cue, because we were just talking about how these guys do not make good pets. They never learn to use litter boxes. They destroy everything. Even if you declaw them and think they're not going to claw your house up, they're still going to bite you and bite your friends and chew on things, because again, claws are their first line of defense, and when you take that away from a cat, then they're likely to become a biter. Bree, I'm not totally sure if Loki's declawed, but my guess would be yes. I feel like the owners of him tried very hard to, like all of those owners do, and they always think that declawing them, people seem to think declawing a cat means you're just removing their nails, but you're literally hacking off their toes. Imagine that, the very first digit that includes your fingernail on every finger has been chopped off. That's what declawing is. And it causes a ton of health issues later in life, because they can't claw out their own mats. Hi. They get arthritis. They start walking strangely. So they'll have wrist collapse and elbow collapse. So there's a world of issues that can come from that. Cats naturally walk on their toes. That's why they're so graceful and dainty when they walk. But when you chop off their nails, they're forced to walk on the pads of their feet, which they wouldn't normally do. And it just causes a lot of long-term issues. There's Gilligan. Gilligan's a Canada Lynx. So you've seen a couple bobcats. If we can get a good view of Gilly, you'll notice right away he's much bigger. Hi! He's got the short tail and the ear tufts like they do, but he's got much bigger feet. He'd be native to Canada, so he's got to be able to run and walk across snow. So he's got built-in snowshoes. Oh, he thought I left. Sarah, you're so silly. He's patrolling his feeding lockout just in case somebody's going to drop something new in there. You're so handsome. Maureen, I agree. Declawing should be illegal, and it is illegal in a handful of states, and there are some regulations in place, but there's still some really dirty vets out there that'll still do it. And doing it for, an exotic cat is really sneaky. So, it's a really terrible thing that people do, because they think that if they do that, it'll make them easier to have in a house. It's just not true. He's got such a sassy walk. He doesn't do a lot of hooing on this side. He tends to do all of his talking on the other side. All right, let's pop out here and get back to my cart. So much water falling out of the trees. But there's sun, so that's good. There's a Pharaoh. Let's say hi to Pharaoh real quick. Pharaoh is a extremely rare thing to see, because he's not a rare species. He has leucism, which causes that white coat. He's not albino, he is leucistic. So he's an African serval, but he's all white, with the exception of he has 2 or 3 little faint spots. You can see that one on his neck that is still the gold and black. Pharaoh, cute boy. Pharaoh's 21 years old. Good morning. We're just cat loafing.
Yeah.
Waiting on breakfast. He's so handsome. He's so handsome. So leucism is actually created through inbreeding. So it's exactly the same thing that causes a white tiger. Like we saw Sapphire from a distance earlier. She's our only white tiger at the moment here, but they do that by breeding, you know, family members back to each other. And there's a lot of throwaway golden tigers along the way. But eventually they'll get a white tiger. But because it's caused through inbreeding, there's just countless health issues that develop. They all have some kind of issue. Lucky for Pharaoh, he's here, so we constantly monitor him and make sure that if anything's changing, he has a new type of supplement or medication. Again, I mentioned most of our cats here are quite old. We've got many that are in their teens and early 20s. And so a lot of them are on a meds route. There's Catherine and Jordan. And I think our new intern, Amanda. Yeah, and that little butt didn't use his steps today. He climbed the backside of the tree while I was standing there. I was like, no, not acceptable. So Catherine is coordinating today. Normally it's Lauren Grant, but I believe she's on vacation. Here's Pharaoh again. So let's see. I thought I saw somebody mention Mouser earlier, so we'll go see what he's doing. Maybe see Hutch, maybe see Kricket on funcation. My little girl's probably up in her tree already, or it's awfully wet out. She might be in her den. Oh, she's in her new little box. Same spot she was yesterday. That must be a new fun thing for her. Hi, honey. That looks very cozy. I'm not gonna call you down from there. Have fun. All right. Oh, and I see people asking about Sunday. So this time of year, everything is subject to change due to weather, but I do have a tour lined up for this Sunday. I will be doing a virtual keeper tour. So we'll be handing out enrichment, doing some operant conditioning, handing out some popsicles, and that will be with a brand new keeper that you have not seen on one of my virtual tours yet. So I'm very excited. She signed up and I was like, yes, because when I was moving up through the volunteer program, she was my trainer for operant and for enrichment a lot. And she's just so good at it. So I'm really excited about that. And then same thing with Lisa's singing Sunday. We should also be doing that at 2 o'clock on Sunday, but again, weather permitting. So, hi, mouse, mouse. I know, I'm not the one with the food. I'm sorry, sweet boy. I'm sorry, sweet boy. Oh, you usually pee too. Okay, I don't need peed at twice today. This is Mouser. Mouser is a Savannah cat. So yet another hybrid. African Serval and a domestic house cat. He's also our king lizard and snake catcher. And I'm sure he got the name Mouser for catching mice, so. Thank you so much to the 7 of you that have donated so far this morning. So yep, Sunday should be a 10 a.m. keeper tour and a 2 p.m. singing Sunday with Lisa. And that is all weather permitting, so we'll see. We've been closed here to the public. We used to do guided educational tours. On the weekends, we did keeper tours, feeding tours, private tours. And we've been closed since March 16th due to COVID, out of precaution. We have no plans on reopening anytime soon that I'm aware of. We just have to make sure it's completely safe for our keepers and staff, but also for our cats. Yeah, gotta keep these cats safe. No, I don't want that end. You use that end. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. See, where's my breakfast? So Mouser's a very picky eater. That's something that you find with the hybrids. Every single hybrid here is on some kind of super special diet, and it changes constantly. Like something they love one day, they will totally refuse forever after that. So it's very, very difficult to keep them satisfied. So with Mouser, he gets very easily distracted about everything going on around him. So he now is specially fed even at certain times of the day. So it's quite the long process. Just waiting on breakfast, lady? I bet I know who it's gonna be. Every single day that Afton is here, she feeds Mouser twice a day and sits out here with him. Is that Sue Ellen or... Thank you so much for the donation. I'm sorry, I don't always know how to pronounce people's names. I'm terrible with that. But thank you. 100% of your donations goes to the care of these cats. And since I've been rambling all morning about all of our meds cats and special diets and surgeries and all of that, it's because of you guys we're able to do all of that. So thank you very much. Actually, while we're over here, let's go see Hutch. So I keep mentioning African Servals, and we've yet to actually see one besides Pharaoh, but he's very special. So let's go see one of our African Servals. Gotta find him. Hutch, Hutch. Hutch, Hutch. Somewhere in here. Somewhere in here. Probably all the way in the back. Hutch, Hutch! Where'd that boy? Well, we're just gonna walk all the way around. Oh, you sneaking up on me. Hi. Meow. Hi, silly boy. So this is Hutch. Hutch is an African Serval. Yes, you are. So we saw Pharaoh a few minutes ago. So those little spots that you saw on him come from this bloodline. Yeah. Yeah. You are definitely a Serval. They have this short but fluffy tail. Yeah, his is curlier than normal. If we go see Kricket, you'll really see a curly Serval tail. They are not usually curled up like that. It's usually caused from malnutrition and being raised in captivity and not being raised by mom. And Hutch loves to show that he can mark his territory with all of his scent glands. He also does a lot of kneading. He uses his claws a lot. You gonna eat a salad this morning too? You guys are so silly. It's been raining so much here that everything's growing like crazy, and they really love all that fresh grass. It's very fun to chew on, like he's doing over there. Yeah, always have an opinion, you and Beecher. Hutch had been kept as a pet and then ended up at a rehab facility, which clearly these guys are not native to Florida, so no sense in having a Serval at a rehab for native species. So he actually came from the same place that Frankie Bobcat came from, and it was during a Bobcat rescue. They had some Bobcat kittens that we do rehab and release here. And so when Carole went over to pick up those babies, she also brought back Hutch, and she had seen Frankie at the same time. We just saw Frankie Bobcat a little while ago. He's the one that tried to pee on me. And they had said Frankie was very old and very aggressive, and he didn't like being on display, and they were afraid he wouldn't be able to make the move over to Tampa, which it was just like a 3-ish hour drive across the state. And then when she went back again to get another baby bobcat that they had that we were going to rehab and that we've since released, she had finally convinced them that we could give Frankie a really good home. So he now has that big outdoor space, and he's been really happy. He doesn't act aggressively towards his neighbors here, so that's good. What you doing? And Hutch is yet another one that has a pretty noticeable back knee that kind of slips in and out. And unfortunately on his x-ray, Dr. Justin said there is like absolutely no way to repair it. So we just have to keep him like safe and comfortable. So he's also on a pain management regimen. It doesn't stop him though. He'll still beat you over to that lockout every single day for breakfast and every single evening for his evening snack. So handsome. So handsome. All right, we're gonna go see if we can find Kricket really quickly, okay? Since that camera's not working. I see you later. Servals are just so cool. They've got those tiny heads with those huge ears, the super long legs, the fluffy tail. They have spots and stripes. Very, very unique. And they've got fierce personalities. Hutch is not a good one to use as that example, but Ginger would be. She's over there walking around. They are super fierce because they have to be able to survive alongside some of the biggest predators in Africa. So they got very hissy personalities, can catch birds out of the sky. Really amazing animals. They do not belong in people's houses. I'll go back down here. And they can stalk rodents under the ground, which is really amazing. And then literally as the rodent pops up out of its hole, they can just pounce down on them. It's really incredible. A lot of people don't. It's very interesting, and I was even guilty of this. Most people think big cats, and they think the big cats, the lions, the tigers, the leopards. But when you get involved at a place like this, you learn about, you know, some of the smaller big cats. So the bobcats, the servals, the caracoles, and there are just like so many different species of cats out there that are wild cats. They just aren't as big as the big predators are. And so unfortunately they get forgotten about. Or again, people think, oh, it's small, I'll be able to tame it, which is nonsense. Let's see if we can find a Kricket. If not, maybe we'll make our grand finale will be Jinx. So I tend to lose reception back here. So if I do, just go out and come back. There's Kricket. Hi, lady. So Kricket's in 22,000 square feet. Hi, Cricks. She has this all to herself for a couple of weeks. She got to walk herself here. We have above ground tunnel systems that we can open and close doors. And it led her right out here. Hi, sweet girl. Cricks. There she is. I know, I don't have any snacks though, baby. Yeah, I'm sorry. No snacks. You just had breakfast.
This is Gail.
Yeah, you just had breakfast. She's like, okay, bye. Meow. Yeah. Oh my goodness. For heaven's sakes, Cricks. So there's that curly tail I was telling you about. With Kricket, and this is why I say malnutrition, oh my goodness, is because, you know, she was raised as a pet, and her owner was a vegan and thought Kricket should be a vegan as well, so she grew up on vegetables. Yeah. So she has a lot of deformities. You can see around her shoulder area, it's very like protruding. She has trouble managing her weight because her activity level is low, because poor thing, when we saw her x-rays, it was intense. Like she had at least a broken leg in the past that maybe was never mended. She has some metal in some of her legs from things that had been repaired. And then she's got that super curly tail. So these guys are pure carnivores. They should be eating meat, not vegetables. And so she's had just a lot of health issues over the years, and she's also on a pain management program. She gets a pain med to just help ease some of that. Yeah, she's mad at me I didn't bring snacks. I'm one of the meds keepers, so usually when she sees me, it's because she's gonna get a treat. I'm sorry. Sorry, Cricks. You're doing very good out here, though. I'm proud of you. Proud of you. Yeah. So when she got here and she was introduced to meat, ooh, she sure loves it. You love it. Yeah. Time to groom. So pretty. Thanks, Andy, for the donation. I know a lot of the cats here do have really sad stories, but I always try to remind people, you know, I've had people break down and cry on tours in the past about how they know someone who has, you know, an exotic cat as a pet, or they've declawed their own cat and they just didn't know, or they didn't understand. And that's the thing, everyone can make mistakes. It's learning from those mistakes and not repeating those mistakes. And so I just like to remind people that, well, they're here now. They're in a safe place. When we take in cats here, we take them in and vow to care for them for the rest of their life. And it's because of you guys and your donations that we're able to do that. Every single cat here, it's never going to be bred or traded or, you know, put back into, you know, the pet world or any of that. These guys are safe. They get a really great diet every single day. They have vets that watch them very closely, and we make sure that they're always taken care of. So it starts sad for all of their stories, but they hit the lottery when they, you know, get to go to an accredited sanctuary. There's Nikki. All right, well, I did promise Jinx, so let's go see Jinx. And that's where we'll wrap it up for today. Jinx is currently our only leopard here at Big Cat Rescue. And he is a sight to see, that's for sure. So let's go see him. You know, that same thing, I know I've had several people break down on tours and be really upset because they had been a part of, you know, the cub petting thing. So saw some weird guy with a van in a parking lot in the mall and thought, oh yeah, they're helping conservation, and held a baby cub and paid a bunch of money to do it. When in reality, those cubs are probably killed or sold into a really ugly world. And when you break that reality to people and then they start to think about it and they're like, you're right, that guy was really sketchy, and why would I have believed that just because he wanted to hold or touch, you know, a baby tiger? When you know those kinds of things, you can do better, and you can start educating those people around you that not to support places like that. Are you still flat catting? It is long after breakfast. What are you doing? You've already had breakfast. Was this just for me? Did you see me coming so you flat catted? This is Jinx. Jinx is a black leopard. Most people say he's a black panther, but there is no such thing. Hi. Hi, sneaky boy. No such thing. They're either black jaguars or black leopards. And they are the opposite of what we talked about earlier with Pharaoh and Sapphire, with leucism causing the white coat from inbreeding. This is a melanistic trait, and it actually really does occur naturally in the wild. Is this where the food goes? Oh, this is where the water is. So Jinx is showing you his feeding lockout. He can go in there. That's where he has breakfast. So that concrete plate is where we drop in all of his food in the morning. He's already a clean plate boy though. And this is also where we put their water. So the reason we elevate their water bowls like that, you can see it's extended off the side and it's elevated. That is because big cats pee in water. They would do that in the wild. They'd be peeing in streams and rivers and puddles just to make it a little less easy for them to be tracked by other predators, because it'll just wash away. So here at Big Cat, we clean these water bowls and these food plates every single day. And in order for our keepers to be able to access them easily, dump them, scrub them, and refill them, they're on an extended box, elevated, so he won't pee in it. Yeah, we're watching you. Don't pee in your water. I'm sorry, I didn't bring any snacks, but Mark's here today. I'm sure you'll get snacks. Let's see where he's gonna go off to. See if he'll let us follow him for a few. He got his ball stuck in his tunnel over there. So at some point we'll have to close that so we can stick our hands in and then toss it back out. He must have been flipping it around and then it just ended up there. Handsome man. All the cats here have permanent enrichment in their enclosures, so like the big indestructible big cat toys, which are not always indestructible. They're big cats, they still destroy them. But they have natural settings like the trees and logs and these platforms and ramps and all that fun stuff. Who's the most handsome guy? It's Jinx. It's Jinx. Sadly, Jinx was also declawed, so he gets around pretty good though. He's 21 years old. So we're always just making sure he's moving well. He's actually not on any medications for any ailments, which is a miracle for that age. Definitely want to thank everybody who joined us today. We had like consistently over 1,000 viewers, so you guys sharing this feed, that's your best way to help these cats totally for free. Takes 2 seconds to share this and tell people that Big Cat Rescue is something that you should watch and support the cats. You can rewatch this live and any of the other lives that myself or Carole or the Catterday folks or Singing Sunday, all of that ends up at dailybigcat.com. And there's a variety of playlists. That's where you can find the home tours. You can visit our website if you want to learn about each of these cats and where they came from and how they came to be here at bigcatrescue.org/catbio. Thank you so much to the 9 of you that donated today. Really, really appreciate all of you regulars that were helping any newcomers that were asking questions. Thank you, Philip, for making it 10 people and over 200 today. Thank you so much for that donation. With us being closed to the public, donations are absolutely priceless, so we really appreciate that. Jinx, you appreciate it, don't ya? Typical cat fashion. He's not gonna look at me again. All right, well, I hope you guys all have a great day and a great rest of your week. And fingers crossed that weather permitting, I'll see you guys twice on Sunday. Make sure you set up your notifications if you like watching these so that you are notified when we go live. And I will see you guys all again very soon.